Hey folks, come along with me. I show you how I go about setting up my graph to get those clear images that you see when I'm scanning for crappie. And it all starts with a transducer, and that's what this video is all about. How I personally set up my transducer and what I do exactly to get those images that you see. So stick around, come along, and let's get to work. You're going to need a few things in order to set your transducer up. Now here's my old 3-in-1 transducer. I say old. This is the one that you've seen me in all my videos. I've already taken it off the boat. I put a piece of duct tape just as a barrier between the my aluminum on my pontoon and the stainless steel on this. So that way it's not pitting and corroding it. And I'm going to do the same thing to this brand new 3-in-1 HD. So here's the difference in the two. You can see that they're close to the same length. That high def is a little bit longer, and the shape on the bottom is a little bit different. But we got a new graph, so I'm going to put a new transducer on that came with that graph. And you can see with my old one, what I did was put a nylon wire loom, 3/8 inch, and this is it, made by Dorman. I bought it from AutoZone. It's 20 bucks for 10 feet. And it's a real tight woven. It's a good material. It worked fine, but it didn't cover my whole cable. It covered 10 feet of my cable. So I'm gonna set this one to the side and show you what we got with the new one. I went ahead and put the new wire loom on. Went on Amazon and I ordered Alex Tech. I just typed in 3/8 inch nylon wire loom. And they make a plastic wire loom. I prefer the nylon. It is split, so you just open it up and put your transducer wire in there. You know, these transducers are not cheap, and this is actually where the awesome images that you see come from. So I want it protected. If I end up cutting this wire, nicking the wire from vibration on all the aluminum pieces on the pontoon, then I'm gonna have to buy a new transducer, and these things are expensive. So this is 25 feet. I paid 11 or 12 bucks for it on Amazon. The material is a little bit not as well, it's not as tight woven as the Dorman that I've been using, but it worked fine, and it covers 25 feet, and it's only 11 bucks. So that's worth just the insurance right there to take care of it. So let's get to it. So you're gonna need what I do. I say you're gonna need. I mean, that's optional. A lot of people don't do that, but I do. And I'm gonna go ahead. I've got some black electrical tape. And I am going to, if I can get it undo, I'm going to go ahead and tape the ends of it up. And that takes care of that. That stainless, shiny front, we're going to take care of it with got some duct tape. So now that just keeps me a barrier so that I'm not right up against my aluminum with this stainless steel. So that's all there is to that. Now I've got my mounting hardware. I actually took it off of my old transducer. And what I cheated setting this one up. I say cheated. I had my reading, everything was really good, so I went ahead and locked this one down and angled it so I don't have to worry about adjusting it. It's already adjusted, and you can see it's not perfect 90 degrees. It's going to be tilted up just a little bit because my pontoon sits down in the water. I want this transducer level. This one gave me great readings, so all I did was held it up and made sure it was on the same angle, and I locked my bolts down here on my transducer. This stainless steel hardware, another thing that's good to have is a little bit of anti-seize, and you can buy it in little tubes. This stainless, if it, and I'm gonna go ahead, and it's probably still fine on my old hardware, like I'm using the same screws, but I'm just gonna take a little bit and put just on the inside of that nylock nut. And I'm gonna do the same thing to this one, because if you go stainless to stainless and you don't put any anti-seize on it, it can lock down before it ever tightens up. And then you're gonna be either breaking it off or cutting it off. So yeah, that'll save you a big headache. A little bit of anti-seize, and any auto parts store carries that. That takes care of that. So now we'll take our hardware, we'll go and we'll put it on the boat. Now, one thing I didn't tell you is with my hardware, I got a rubber washer, and I'm putting it in between my stainless steel washer. You see right here, and I'm working around my bilge pump, but I'm putting it in between my stainless steel washer. So of course my holes ain't lining up. And I know y'all can't see, but I'm lining up with that hole. This transducer is a little bit more narrow, at least the mounting pattern are. This is not wanting to work for me. I'm hitting my bilge pump no matter which way I go. All right, we're gonna try to go back in again. This thing is fighting me, folks. Lowrance changed the bolt pattern, and it's not wanting to work for me. We're gonna make it work though. I had to drill out a rivet on my bilge pump that goes to my live well. I'll have to deal with that later. So again, I got rubber washer, stainless steel washer going on, a little bit of anti-seize on that, and it doesn't take much, just a little bit. Now I'm going to tighten this puppy down. All right, I got that snugged up. So there's the transducer. It's finally mounted. I had to take and move this. Nothing's easy. They move these screws probably about that width of that bracket is about a ½ inch smaller. Created all kind of problems because I hardly have any room on this thing for this bilge. So I had to drill out the rivets, move this back, shift it over. That ain't nothing easy, folks. Nothing for me anyway. I thought it was just gonna be bolt right up, same bracket, transducer a little bit longer. Oh no, nope, wasn't the case. So, but it is on the same angle, and you can see how it's kind of angled up right here. It doesn't need to be level with my pontoon. It needs to be level with the water. So you can see the water line that's on my pontoon. All I did to get it level was I took a 4-foot level, laid that torpedo, or a straight edge, laid that torpedo on it, and when I got it level, I raised the tongue of the boat up and down, level to the water line, how it's sitting on the water line. Then I came back here, and that's how I originally leveled this. So once I had it, my water line level on the trailer, then I leveled the transducer right here. Now you've probably seen videos to where if you keep your boat clean and it isn't nasty like mine where you don't have a visible water line, well, what do? Well, when you're in the water I've seen other, and I don't know, there's a lot of videos out there them showing how to do this, but I took a stack of pennies and put on just the rail of my pontoon boat. And then when you just keep stacking pennies up until it's level. Right now I'm too high. So all I would do is take, if my boat was sitting in the water and it was, I would take and just keep taking pennies out until, or adding pennies, whatever you need to do to where the torpedo level is level with it sitting in the water. Now, one thing that you do have to take in consideration is that if you're just sitting idle and you're in a lighter boat, and if you decide to scan at 2 miles an hour, if your boat pitches up a little bit more, you would need to take that in consideration and probably, you know, raise it up just a little bit more, which is going to put a little bit more of an angle on the transducer. So when you got your little penny stacked up, and a piece of painter's tape will keep you from messing your boat up, and it'll also be in an exact spot that you could stack your pennies. Once you get it back on the trailer, then you just put whatever number of pennies you got there where it was level on the water. You put those same amount of pennies, and then you just raise the jack on the front of your trailer until you get it level, and then you're level in the water line. So that's what I do. That's a quick and easy. Transducer is on, and then part 2 will be when we fire up that unit brand new. But here's all the loom and everything, 25 foot of brand new loom on it. And I'm going to get this, go ahead and shut the camera off right here and run this through. But that way, when I'm going through all this, over all this aluminum, and I'm zip tying around, I don't have to worry about my high dollar transducer cable getting cut. I hope this helps you out. Again, this is just part 1. This is how I personally do my transducer. Thanks again, appreciate it. God bless, and we'll see you on the water.